And back to the audio sound bites. Listen to this. This is Mark Udall, who is related somehow to Mo Udall. He's maybe a son, nephew, niece, adopted brother, whatever, of old congressional hand Mo Udall. He's from Colorado, Democrat. This was on MSNBC yesterday afternoon during a discussion about his proposal for Democrats and Republicans to sit together during the State of the Union address. Did this idea, he was asked, this idea come to you after Sunday's horrific shooting?
It did. It just seems like it's an idea that whose time has come, and I'm pleased to tell you a number of my colleagues, Democrats and Republicans alike, seem to like the idea, and I think you'll see it happen at the State of the Union a week from Tuesday. A group of us will do this. I intend to go over to the Republican side where the senators sit, and I'll sit over there at the State of the Union, but I think you're going to see an upwelling of commitment and support for this idea in both the House and the Senate.
Okay, so the Republicans and Democrats, House and Senate, going to sit together in the House chamber. That's the plan. That's the idea. Yesterday afternoon, I guess, anchor Thomas Roberts on MSNBC said this.
We went from 4th grade to 5th grade. They mixed up our homerooms, and none of us liked it at the time. Then we liked each other in 5th grade. It all seemed to work out.
Oh, we did it when we were in school. Okay. That's the level of analysis you get on MSNBC. They made us switch 4th and 5th grade homerooms, put us together. We liked the 5th graders. Okay. We go back to MSNBC's Morning Joe. Kirsten Gillibrand was asked if she liked the idea.
It's a great idea, and I'm going to encourage my colleagues to do exactly that. I think to have a vision of our elected body sitting together, not on opposite sides and one side standing up while the other side sits down, I think it would be a wonderful message and something that the American people would appreciate seeing. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. What's going to be right around the corner? Play dates. Well, this is the kind of garbage it leads to. Utter symbolism. We're going to sit together as a result of the shooting in Arizona. Yeah, well, okay. This is really going to make it. Here's Kirsten Gillibrand on this. Let's see. Senator, she's a dear friend of yours. Tell us something between you and Gabrielle Giffords that's happened. Let us know more about her. Obviously, she's an extraordinary woman, a fighter. Tell us so we know more about her beyond the tragedy we've witnessed.
She's the most nonpartisan person I've ever met. She represents a very conservative district, a border district in Arizona. She loves her constituents. She's someone who always gravitates towards solutions and finding compromise, working with Republicans. She's the vision of hope for this country right now. She embodies everything that President Obama was trying to say, that we have to be better than we are, that we all have to conduct ourselves better than we do.
Why? Obama said none of that mattered. None of that had anything to do with what happens. What I don't like about this is the assumption that we are no good. The premise that we are no good. And everybody, yes, that's true. We really stink. And we have to really work a lot harder to become better people. We are going to have to really work harder to become better than we are. Who are they to castigate all the rest of us? If they want to categorize themselves as not good enough, fine and dandy. But who are they? Why do we have to sit around and listen to these people tell us we're not as good as we can be? What message are we supposed to hear here? What's the message that we have to, that we're all ready for improvement? That the GOP is supposed to capitulate? That's how we get along with everybody? Here's Roger Simon today on MSNBC. Question, how important of a moment has this been for President Obama? Did he lay down a marker that that this will be one of those points on the timeline that all of us will look back on, or are we overhyping this a little?
I think it was a heartbreakingly beautiful speech and important in that respect. And he did make an important point. Underlying that speech was the statement that we are not worthy as a country right now to solve these problems without spinning off into more heightened rhetoric and disagreement, and that we have to become better in order to make our country better.
Speak for yourself. How dare you people characterize 300 million people upon the actions of one? I think the underlying point in that speech was the statement that we are not worthy as a country right now to solve these problems. Okay, well then let's stop solving them. Who the hell, did Obama even say that? Did Obama say we are not worthy? Well, wait. He might have when he admonished all of us to make the America that the 9-year-old hoped existed. Well, maybe he did. Maybe that's how a liberal would hear that. We're not worthy. But liberals run around thinking that anyway. We're all defined by our imperfections, Mr. Limbaugh. You too. We are well aware of your imperfections, Mr. Limbaugh. We are all defined by... That's how we know who we are, Mr. Limbaugh. Well, fine. You want to go around and govern yourself and define yourself by your imperfections. Underlying that speech was the statement that we are not worthy as a country to solve these problems without spinning off into more heightened rhetoric and disagreement, and that we have to become better in order to make our country better. What we have to do to make our country better is defeat Obama in 2012. That's what we have to do. Mr. Simon, what is this business about conducting ourselves? What we need to do to save the country is to put the brakes on spending. It's real simple.